It is Thursday evening. We are here in the garage. We have a truck we're doing a little work on for a buddy. It's a 06 F-250, and it has quite a few issues. The truck has 300,000 miles. It came in with a misfire, and the front end was, they said the front end felt a little funny. So the first thing I noticed was not only does the truck have a misfire, but the dash will come on and off. It's like it loses communication with something. It's like a bad ground. Checked all the fuses. All my fuses are good. So you guys are open to leave a comment if you guys have had this issue with your truck. But the dash will come on intermittently. It'll just shut off. You have no radio. The parking brake signal will just stay on. But simply just go through to find the misfire. Since I couldn't do it with my scan tool, I just went through and manually unplugged each one. And if the miss got worse, then I would know that's not the one that's bad. And I eventually found one that it wouldn't change whether or not it was plugged in. So that's going to indicate that I'm either not getting signal to that coil pack, or the coil pack itself is bad, or possibly the spark plug. Hopefully that's not what it is. But I went ahead and pulled the coil pack out, and it was in two pieces as it came out. So that's probably what the issue is going to be, but I'll still have to take a multimeter and verify I have power at the coil. And to show you guys what's wrong with the front end, we figured that out as well. All right, guys, I'll go ahead and show you this ball joint here. Go ahead and shake it a couple more times. She said. Yeah, I mean, it definitely needs replaced. Given the way the undercarriage looks on this, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to go through and do wheel bearings and everything, but we'll see what I can talk them into doing. But we are not going to be working on that tonight. We don't have any parts, so we're going to go ahead and get it back outside and pull Bailey's truck in here and change the wheels and show you guys real quick what I was talking about. If any of you guys have an 06 or similar year truck with a 5.4 in it, basically you go to turn the key on, you can start the truck up. The tach doesn't even work. I have no communication at all with the OBD2 port. All my fuses are good. I cleaned my battery terminals, so I'm guessing it's probably a ground somewhere. So before I dig into that, if you guys want to do me a favor, let me know if you've ever seen you know, issues like this and what you had to do to fix them. See if you can steer me in the right direction. So thanks, guys. Bailey's switching his wheels out, and I'm under the truck here, and that is about, so I went ahead and stuck the transfer case in the truck and jacked it up to where I think it's going to be pretty close, just to kind of get an idea how much my drive shaft is going to have to be shortened. And it's looking like probably around 5 inches, but to be honest with you, I'm not going to measure this and take it to get cut until I have the transmission mount done and it is for sure in its final resting place, because it would be very easy to get, you know, 2-3 inches off just from how high up the transmission is going to be. So I'm going to have to get that done first, then I can measure for this and try to get it done. I really want to get it dropped off tomorrow. All right, guys, I just got this little piece here kind of mocked up. I think it's 1/4 inch steel. And basically, to simulate it being under the truck, it sits somewhat like this. So what I'm going to do is, you know, these pieces here, they obviously wouldn't make contact with the plate I welded on here. So with this piece here in the middle, I'm going to drill 2 holes in it and stick the bolts through and then weld them, and they'll be like little studs. And then those studs will line up with these 2 holes, and I'll put polyurethane bushings in between them. So that'll take the vibration out of the drive line, and it'll be, I think it's going to be a pretty good, reliable longevity thing. I think it'll be done right, and I'll paint it and stuff when it's done, but I'll hop under the truck and see where my holes need to be. All right, guys, we are underneath the truck. I have the cross member put in here to where it's going to sit. So basically I'm going to make 2 rubber bushings, or maybe 1 big one, to go in between this plate and this other plate. And I'm going to drill holes in this plate and run studs down into these holes, and then the rubber will sit in between it and take the shock out of the drive line. That's really as high up as I can go with the transmission. As far as where the engine's going to sit, it's leaning forward a little bit farther forward than it normally does, but it's not bad. It'll be fine. But yeah, so now I'm going to drill holes up through that and mark where I need to put the studs. But before I do that, I am going to stick the transfer case in it real quick, just one last time, to make sure it's still going to clear the body, because it's sitting up a little higher, but I think it's still going to be fine. Alright guys, I got my plate pretty much all the way mocked up. These bolt holes are a little offset, but that's okay. It'll still work. They're just a little off. But, you know, it's a prototype. So, this is going to be the trans mount. I'm going to take 2 bolts and stick them down through the top of this, and then weld around the top of them on both sides. And I'll use my studs. I'm going to get 2.5-inch long bolts, and I will put some type of bushing, hoping for polyurethane underneath, and the studs will stick down into that plate on the cross member you guys saw. And I'll just put nuts on the bottom and tighten them up, and that should be good. I mean, this is essentially going to be just like a Dodge mount in the truck. It'll have a little bit less rubber on it, but I think it's going to do its job to take the vibration out of the drive line. So anyways, I do want to go ahead and show you guys a couple other parts we got for the truck. I got I went ahead and went with the Fire Punk anteater to control the transmission. It was either going to be this or a full manual valve body. A lot of the other names out there that are making a standalone controller, they just can't stack up to this for the money, what you're getting, and how tunable this is. You simply can't beat it. So you basically just plug this into the truck. It goes to the main connection on the transmission, output speed sensor, throttle position sensor, key on ignition source and ground. Comes with a little control module box here to control. It comes with 3 base file tunes. You need to upload this flash drive, upload the base file to a computer and flash it into the unit, and adjust tire size and gear axle ratio. That's how it knows when to shift, is off of your speed. For what I use the truck for, this is going to be great. I've been wanting to put one of these on the truck. Whenever I initially swapped the truck, I wanted to do an automatic, and I actually had one built for the truck, and I just ended up going with the 5-speed, honestly, because it was cheaper and I could get it done faster. And I got a really good deal on one, so that's the reason behind that. But it's finally getting an automatic put in it, like I wish I would have put in it to begin with. So I got a auxiliary cooler here. It flows 650 CFM. You can use the fan as a pusher or a puller. And it has Dash 8 JIC fittings. I have 20 foot of rubber hose here, and all new fittings. And I have a 1/4 inch to Dash 8 fittings in the transmission. So that's going to make for a nice clean install. I don't really know necessarily where I'm going to mount it, but this is a nice little unit for the money. Probably towards the rear of the truck, I'd say. I got this from Summit Racing. It was right under 200 bucks, I think, out the door. So for the money, I mean, you can't beat it. Summit Racing always does me good, and they're close. So you know, it's like Summit Racing for me is a one-day ship. And they actually have multiple distributors all over the country, so usually you can get parts of them in a reasonable amount of time, and the customer service and everything is just worth going with a company like that on stuff like this rather than eBay. So that way, if you have a problem, you can actually talk to somebody. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing for these, for the controller and the way we're going to keep it cool. Once I get the transmission bracket done, I still have to make a shifter. Modify my shifter. I actually did go ahead. Behind the scenes, I did go ahead and put an automatic shifter back in this truck. I found a pretty nice one out of a junkyard. Usually they're all broken. The knob's broken off of them. I got this put in today. It's not really very entertaining to watch, so that's why I didn't record it. But yeah, so now the truck is finally got an automatic shifter back in it. It was originally automatic. Feels good. And I still have to figure out a way to cover up this hole. I'm trying to find like a floor liner that'll cover the entire floor, and then I'll just put a new hump in. These humps are removable, put a new hump in it, and then just find like a floor liner that covers the whole floor. So we also got the drive shaft put in the truck, or mocked it up to where it's gonna sit, and it looks like I need to get 2 inches trimmed off of it going from the MV4500 to the 47RE. I got that, and I'm gonna see if I can get that dropped off tomorrow. And it'd be cool if they could finish it tomorrow. I'm sure it wouldn't take them long to do it, but it'll probably be the first of next week. Otherwise, the truck would probably be moving this weekend. I still have to hook that controller up, and I got to get like a pigtail for the TPS sensor on the P7100 injection pump. So that's enough talking for tonight. If you guys like the video, be sure to like, subscribe, tell your buddies about it. If there's anything in particular you want to see on any of these trucks we are working on, just go ahead and feel free to let me know in the comments. I hope you guys have a good night. Bye.